Hey guys, how are we doing? It is Martin Cliffe here. Welcome to another video. I hope you're doing well. Intrigued to see what the world has changed into by the time this video goes live. But I'm asking myself this question of what do I want out of my gear? Because I'm still in the process of packing for moving house, moving country, moving continent. And I'm going through and thinking about everything. What's the value of this to me counted against the amount it will cost me to ship it? And is it worth it? And that's something that, particularly this year, because shipping is crazy, we've had to think quite seriously about. But also, at the same time, what do I want out of my gear? What do I want out of the amount of gear I've got? And I think the big word here, and I've used it a lot on this channel over the years, is enough. And I'm looking and I'm thinking, and I'm looking at my list of 32 guitars. I've given away one, I've sold one since possibly the last time I come up with a number. And I'm thinking, that's too much. That's more than enough. So what is enough for me? And this will be different for everybody. Now, I'm looking at my basses and thinking, I want to keep 4 basses, which means that I want to get rid of quite a few others. Now, my 5-string Yamaha TRB is being given away. My Marcus Miller Sire M7 has already been given away. My jazz bass, my precision bass are for sale at the moment. If they don't sell here in Hong Kong, then I'll ship them and sell them in Europe, where they'll probably earn more money, but I've got to offset against the cost of shipping them. My 4-string Yamaha TRB fretless, quite unique piece, but it's a bit battered in the UK, and my red TRB 4.2 in the UK will both be going up for sale because they're surplus. That takes me down to 5, and I've been kind of scratching my head about this, and I've made the decision that my white Mike Lull M5V is going to be the other one on the chopping block, because it's a 34-inch scale and I prefer 35-inch scale basses. I much prefer the 24 frets of the M5s. I've got the 2 of them plus my M5 fretless that is on the way. But I think it would be a good idea to keep a more traditional bass, albeit still a 35-inch 5-string, which is why the Mike Lull P5 is going to be the 4th bass that I keep. So that's basses sorted out. Acoustics. Well, again, I'm going to keep 4. I don't have quite as many acoustics, but it means that my NCX 700C Yamaha Classical will be probably given away. I have somebody in mind for that. My Ovation Pinnacle Deluxe, that is in the UK, will be sold because I don't need it. It's surplus, which means I'll be keeping my Ovation 12-string, which I bought with my inheritance from my grandmother, so that is something that's really important for me. I'll be keeping my APX 1200 2s, both of them, because I like to use different tunings, so having 2 acoustics in different tunings makes sense. And then I want to keep, at least for now, my NTX 700 Classical, because it's nice to have a classical guitar kicking around. At some point, I would like to potentially upgrade to, I think it's the NTX 5, which is like the model up, the new model up of the NTX range, because they've renumbered all their ranges. I think the NTX 3 is the equivalent of what the NTX 700 was, and I think the NTX 5 is the model up. So at some point I may seek to upgrade to that, just because I've heard better things about the preamp and the sound quality of that. But that's a future decision to make. But they will be my 4 acoustics. But then the real head scratcher comes with electric guitars, because I've got loads. I am keeping my Ice-T Les Paul traditional that my parents bought me, because my parents bought it me. It has sentimental value, and it's cool to keep a Les Paul. I'm definitely going to keep 4 Sir standards. So it'll be Blue here and Mikey, which are my 2 humbucker guitars, and then it will be Storm and All Red, which you can see over my shoulder, which are, well, will be shortly set up with 3 single coils. Beyond that, I am not sure. Realistically, I'm going to get down to about half of the number of guitars I own. I might keep a Tele. I might keep the JM Pro. I might keep a couple of the other standards, which would be potentially either Prince or Mango. Maybe I keep both of them and not the other 2. But certainly it's a case of last in, first out, in a sense that my other Red standard is going to go, because it is more than enough. Likely to be selling my S2 Throwback. My other Les Paul is for sale. In the UK, I've got a Strat and 3 Teles, and at least 2 of the Teles and the Strat will be going up for sale. And then Snowy will probably be given away. I have a route for that in mind. I might sell it, I'll see, but I think it will probably be given away. So that brings me down to a, for me, much more manageable number, and it's a manageable number in my heart or in my soul, really. I'm not getting, specific about in terms of, what's enough for you. But for me, the Les Paul has sentimental value. The two humbucker Sirs and the 3 single coil Sirs play particularly special to me, and I think they will be my main guitars. I could quite easily sell everything else. I think I'll probably keep 1 or 2 other guitars around, but I'm not entirely sure which ones. So yeah, what is enough? Or what do I want out of my gear? Again, I'm looking at amps and thinking, do I need this? I'm looking at lighting, and my T-bars are currently for sale because they're very big and bulky to ship. They're not particularly valuable. So if I can sell them here and get a few thousand Hong Kong, which is a few £100, then it will be worth it. It's all a bit of a kind of difficult to put monetary value on things, but in terms of, am I ever going to realistically use these things again? I don't know. A lot of the more compact LED lighting solutions are preferable these days to me. So, I mean, they're still much more compact than when I was dealing with the full-length LED par cans, which I had back in the UK before I moved here. But they're still, they're big, they're heavy, they're awkward compared with like the LED bars that I have. And I've got loads of lighting gear. I don't even know whether I'll ever use it. Will I ever gig in a situation where I need to provide lighting? I've reduced a bit of my PA again because I don't need it. I still want to keep enough PA. I think my goal in terms of that kind of thing is basically to have enough so that I can have a jam with other musicians. We can have a band get together with my stuff. And I think the goal is to pull it down to so that, there's enough. There's not excess, because excess takes me down first of all, it takes me down a kind of mental trend where I want to add to it, not through any rational thing, but just because I have this kind of collector mentality. So I think, getting down to just having what I need is really good. It's something I've been working really hard on in terms of self-development and all that kind of stuff. But I think, reducing it to meet the role, meet the purposes of what I want it to meet, it is definitely the way forward. So having enough gear to be able to have a band rehearsal, but not necessarily having 6 keyboards stacked up and a whole rack of guitars behind me and behind another guitar player and behind the bass player or whatever it is, because that isn't doing anyone any favors. It's actually introducing more stress by causing decision fatigue and all that kind of thing. So it's just a case of thinking, what is enough? What is enough for me? What is enough for you may be completely different. Maybe you get real value. I mean, if you are a session player and you need a Strat and a Tele and you need this, that and the other, a 335 and an SG or whatever it is, then that gives you value. I don't do that. I'd love to do that, but I don't do that. So I don't need those tools available to me. I can get all the sounds I want out of the tools I have. And it makes the things that I choose to keep more special. So just some thoughts. As kind of, I have so much going through my head at the moment, both in terms of the shipping and dealing with anxiety and depression and all that kind of stuff as well, but also finding that pursuing this minimalism kind of thing with a little bit more vigor than I have done for a while. I was big into it a couple of years ago, and I decluttered a lot and all that kind of thing, and it kind of has become a bit trendy since then, but it's definitely a mindset that helps me. So something I would seek to delve further into over time. But it's all a case of dealing with my own crazy and finding ways that benefit me and hopefully benefit others, because I've been able to give stuff away or sell stuff at good deals that help me get rid of stuff I don't need, but also help other people get stuff at good prices and stuff. So that's been, I just said stuff about 4 times then. But that's been the path that I've been pursuing. So, just enough rambling. Hope everyone's doing well. Thinking about you all at these times. Really missing a lot of friends and family back in the UK. We don't know when we will get to them. Today I should have had my vaccine, but the Hong Kong government has suspended them while there's some kind of packaging issue or something. Hopefully that will be resolved soon, but it's just adding to the frustration, adding to the anxiety, adding to all the crazy. So just thought I'd make a video, play a bit of guitar, see how things go. Take care, guys. Speak to you soon.